Hey, welcome back to Mill. My name is Bill. This is Power Solutions Forestry, and this is Danny with his hurt foot. Um, Danny has decided to lick a hole in his foot, and he's got a boot on, so he's hanging out with me today. And I'm not going to be doing any milling, but something a little bit different. Something I actually think might get some views too. For my birthday, my brother-in-law got me one of those Blackstone grills. We're going to put the thing together. I have no idea what we're going to be getting into. Um, it is a B17. I'll show you guys. Say hi to Danny. Poor Danny. See his little booty on his foot there, so he can't lick it. And he just likes to be in the truck, so he's hanging in there. I got the door open in case he wants to get out. But it is a Blackstone B17. We're gonna open this thing up together and see what goes into assembly. It says easy assembly, 30 minutes or less, somewhere on here. Oh yeah, down there. It says easy assembly, 30 minutes or less. And we're going to put the thing together. So obviously, if you look into my shop, I have a plethora of tools to choose from. It's kind of dark back there right now, but tools are not going to be a problem, but I'm going to try to figure out what you guys might run into when you're doing it. Say hi, Bill.
Hi.
Bill, you can see that we already do have a fairly decent grill out back. For some reason, the wife doesn't like this grill. I like this grill. Um, it's got the gas side, the charcoal side, the smoker, the searing thing. I kind of like it, but we have a new one, and she wants to make burgers on it tonight. Since I'm hanging out with Danny, that's what we're going to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to do an unboxing of it. I can't tell you it weighs over 150 pounds. It's heavy. So that's number one. But we're going to do an unboxing on it. We're going to see. I just grabbed a couple of tools here that I think I might need. Hope we'll take a look at what it says and rip this thing together and see what happens. I hope I don't get my back to you guys. Sorry I'm bothering you, Bill, but I might be going in and out for tools, so I'm going to keep this door open. And I might need you to help me lift shit. We're going to find out. So let's take a look at what comes inside the box. It's a good sign when all it has in here is a package of knobs. Some screws. Let's see here. We have some screws and some bolts. Shear pin, some thumb screws and knobs. That's going to be pretty simple. Let's take a look at the instructions here. I assume we won't need the instructions to put it together, but let's take a look together anyway. Maybe you will. And let's see what it says that we're going to need for tools. Oh, look, we get a sticker. We get a cool decal thing. We can put that on our car. Now let's see. Blah, 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 blah. All kinds of pieces. Labels all the pieces. Says what we're going to need for tools is a screwdriver. Need a AA battery, which we have. We have LP cylinders. So I've got my impact gun with a Phillips, so that's good. And I have a number, actually that's a number 2. Maybe we'll need number 3, I doubt it. I bet a number 2 will be fine. Most of you are only going to have like a Phillips screwdriver off the shelf, so let's pull this thing apart. So it looks like, if you guys can see this, let's make sure your view's good. If you guys are looking for these cinematic, views with, cool sound and stuff come to the wrong place. Looks like we have to put on wheelie things. We have to put on the bottom shelf. It's got a little thing to hold the LP tank or the propane tank, whichever you want to call it. We're going to put on some handles, which we're going to need to move this thing. Proceed to using. Little back oil catcher thing. We got some left side shelf thing. Put the top on. Looks pretty simple overall. Doesn't look like there's a lot to this other than it weighs a lot. So let's get to unboxing this thing. Hopefully, I'm going to try to do this without needing to call on young William, because maybe you're doing this by yourself. And if we do need to call on young William, we will. Let's see, we'll get some silica packets. If you guys are into these things, if you want to keep and reuse these, you can, but you have to put them someplace dry, like inside a Tupperware or something that's pretty dry, and then you can keep them someplace if you want to reuse them. I'm going to throw them out. Just going to pause you a sec while I figure out how I'm going to throw stuff out. All right, so let's see here. I am going to go into my tool belt and get a box cutter here. Might need a box cutter instead of my standard knife. I'll try it with my standard knife, but it looks like box cutter would be easier. Or we'll grab some crazy reciprocating saw and do like AVE does, or a chainsaw, and cut the box apart. So my standard everyday carry razor knife. We'll see if we can do it with a regular knife, and if we can't, we'll do it with a razor knife. But we're going to want to cut this box apart pretty much. Sometimes they will pull apart. Actually, let's save this just in case. Let's see if we can do it with a regular knife. So everybody's not going to have a razor knife. All right, so that kind of rips apart easy. Now let's try to cut down this joint right here. Now this knife is an everyday use knife, so it's not exactly right now like a razor blade, but cuts the packaging easy enough. Some of this stuff out. We'll throw all this stuff over by the recycling bin. See what's in here. For those of you who are already signing off going, oh my God, I wanted somebody that had music and shit. God bless you. Sorry, souls. I'll back you up a little bit so you can get a more of a global view here, what I'm doing. Because this is real life, what real life people will go through when they try to do this. So we have some sort of package of hardware here. We'll throw that on the truck tailgate. We're doing this down and dirty right in front of the truck. Another package. Keep that up there. Probably are not going to need the razor knife, so I'll throw that up there. See how this thing comes. Now, it looks like to me that the legs pretty much just fold up, so I'm probably going to want to get these legs folded up and then put the rolly things on them, be my guess, and then we can stand the thing up here on the concrete. It's a little zip tie here. We'll cut that. Get rid of some more of this cardboard. Saving the planet second by second. Our disposable lifestyle, just saving the planet, right? So there is a way to fold these up, I'm sure. And I got to figure that out. Without looking at the instructions, let's just figure it out together. All right, there's some sort of little clippy thing in here. I'll show you this. So when you run into this, you'll be like, what do I do? Calling up Blackstone. Can't get the legs to fold up. So there's a little clippy thing right here. It clips on here. Undo that. These legs fold up. And there's got to be a way to keep them from doing that. So let's figure that out. Without going to the directions here, there's going to be a way to keep them from falling down. And if there is, I don't see it immediately. So let's just put that down because it's going to fall down. So something we're not seeing here for this. Let's take some of our Wicked Clean and Green Heart cardboard here. I'm going to throw some of this on the ground. Show you in a second what I'm going to do. Okay, I'll back you guys up. I'm going to try to pick this thing up and put it down on those. I hate this tripod. And then at least at the end we can kind of compare our time. So let's see. Oh yeah, this is pretty light actually. So we know we have to put the rolly things on the bottom of it. And we know that there's obviously got to be some sort of spreader bar that goes in here to keep these things from falling down. So let's go to the tail of the tape. Let's come over here. I'll go right along with you. So we got rolly things we got to find. There's rolly things. Oh, the shelf acts as a spreader bar. So we're going to need to get that shelf out of there. It's next. It's right there. That acts as a spreader bar. It tells us to put it in like step number 2. With the help of another person, remove the griddle body. I don't think we need help. Let's see which one of these packages our little rolly things are in. I was talking to we were having a discussion not too long ago about, is there anything that in the world that has not been improved upon? And I said to my wife, well, the wheel. And she did not agree with me on that. And I said, I tried to preface my comments to the basic wheel, not just the wheel, but the basic wheel. She did not agree with me. She's a very well-educated person. All right, so there's no rolly things in these 2 boxes. So let's see if we can find them. Gonna be in here somewhere. More. You'll get some turtle and whale killing plastic bags. I'm gonna back you guys up again. That's a stupid view. So we know that shelfie thing goes in there to hold that apart. So we're probably gonna put that in next. So let's just I'm gonna try and find the wheelie things first. I don't see them here. Keep my useless razor knife there. Get rid of our turtle and whale killing plastic bags. Don't use plastic. Well, unless it comes from Amazon, then it's fine. So this thing goes underneath those wheels and has, so this thing kind of mounts somehow in here, underneath here. Figure that out in a minute. Figure that out in a minute. I don't know how it mounts there with that. Oh, it goes up here. That's why. It goes up under here. There's a screw that goes through here with a mounty thing for the propane. Make sure you get a good view. Yep. Get some more of our cool, mega expensive corrugated cardboard. You have to try to get these things made up. Get these things made up in custom sizes, corrugated like that. See how much that costs you. Let's see here. Still getting down to the nitty gritty. We get the old grill top in here. More turtle killing plastic. This thing's all wired shut. Let's cut this box open a little more. And if we run out of propane, then we can use all this cardboard to start a fire up back in your fire pit, and you can cook that way if you want. This thing here, I bet the rolly things are inside this. Now this is heavy. Yeah, I bet the rolly things are in here. This is some heavy duty bird and turtle killing plastic here. Fish killing, whatever you want to kill. Let's open the top of this thing. See if, oh, this is another boxes. More boxes. Good deal. Maybe the rolly things are in here. Let's get these boxes out of here first, because you know this thing's got to go on the top. So, oh yeah, more super expensive corrugated cardboard. Let's take these 3 boxes over there. Let's go through these boxes, find the rolly things. For those of you who don't understand that term, it's wheels. Maybe get it like this. Yeah, that's good. So let's see what's in this thing. It's never a bad idea to get all your boxes open when you're going to make something so that you know where everything is. What's in here? Oh, rolly things. Cool. We got some child loving pop paper. Who doesn't love some good pop paper? Rolly things. Oh, there's some other stuff in here too. Some brackets or something for something. Figure those out in a minute. Pop paper and rolly things. These are real heavy duty wheels. Let's get this over in the slaughter sea animal pile, and we'll see if we can put our rolly things on. So I'm just gonna, now these rolly things have a jam nut on them. I don't really, that would be for leveling them. So these should just screw into here. And that jam nut, if you had to level this on your deck, if you got the cheapest contractor to put your deck in, then you need the little leveling bolts to screw the rolly things around. These rolly things lock. Mine's going to be on grass, so not going to be a big deal, but you're going to want to take these little nuts and screw them, put them all the way down for now. If you have to level it later, you would use that to change the height. And we're going to get these screwed into these holes here on the bottom because it says that's step number 1. Then we're going to put the shelf in. Now, they kind of do register in a certain direction. It's not a lot you can do about that right now without changing that nut orientation. But we're going to end up flipping this thing over, putting that shelf in. I think it'll be easier to put the shelf in once this thing's flipped over because the shelf sits on here. So get our pulley thing, nuts all the way down. These nuts. Oh, that's funny. I'm going the same orientation there. Come on. Come on. You can do it. You be careful with these. Sometimes these threads get paint in them, and we're not going to go pull a tap and chase these threads. You probably could if you want to be crazy. So one thing, initial inspection here. So I'll show you something. So when these tighten all the way down, they're going to tighten into a specific orientation, and they're going to come tight like that. Those two came tight there. These two came tight here. You can use that jam nut so that you can change that if you want them all facing the same way like this. I don't think right now that matters, so we're going to flip this thing over, put the shelf in. Oh, shelf's down here. Make sure you got good view. See if I can flip it over by myself. I'm going to take the shelf out. Shelf's inside right now. Okay, we're going to flip this thing over. Get it off the cardboard. There's a piece of cardboard in here. I don't know why. Now, I think the reason that they want you to put the shelf in first is so that when you set this thing up like this, that these legs don't collapse and it doesn't fall down on the ground. We're just not going to be idiots about it. And then the shelf itself does not appear like it's directional, but it does have a decal in it. I think I will keep that decal facing out, but it doesn't appear overall like it's directional other than that. So this thing's going to go inside. Oop. If I can fit it in there. All right, there's show you guys this real quick. I'll take you out of here. Your propane hookup here has a little wire tie that's holding it on here. That's going to come out. So that thing just hangs so that shelf will go in there. Put your back. So you can see my whole Blackstone is crooked sideways, so that's why they want you to do it upside down. Maybe you want to slide this thing through one side, bring it back over, pull the leg out. There you go. All right, so that's going to keep your legs. That's going to keep your legs from being able to fold in. Now we got to find the. All right, these little screw nuts here. Some more of my cardboard out of my way. Tons of it. These little screw nuts right here are what holds it. What holds her in place. Now these are perforated so that you should, in theory, just be able to push them through. You don't really need to. You can just cut this plastic on the other side. Sure, that cost a shit pile of money to get these things perforated like that around those perfectly for the packaging. And we need these, and we also need the mount. Hopefully you can see that. You see where my finger is right there? No? We need the mount for the propane tank, liquid natural gas. liquid petroleum, whatever you want to call it. We need that mount too. The screwy thing goes through that and then goes in on the other side to secure that plate. So we're going to find that. So let's go to work on finding that. So these ain't them. This grease trap is not it. Make sure it's not in here. I just crushed it. That's not it. In here we got some handles. Nothing that looks like a propane holder. Let's check some of these other boxes. This is a, oh, let's see, something special. This is some sort of tool or hot sauce holder thing with some more turtle killing plastic. Oh, look at that. Propane holder. Bingo. It's in with the hot sauce holder. Put that back in there. I'll get this thing. This part of it right here goes up towards the top of the grill, and usually your propane tank has a handle on it and hooks around this right here. So let's go ahead and put this on. Oh, caught on all my cardboard over here. Show you all the waste when we get done. Now, you can put this on either side. Typically, I just kind of like mine being on this side, so that's how I'm going to put it. So this thing will go like this, on here. One of our bolty things goes through, spinny things, spin-a-majiggers. We're going to bolt that through. There's 9,000 threads in this. That just does not look right to me. I'm just going to double check my detail here. Doesn't look like my propane tank's going to hook very good into that. Nope, that's how it goes. So there's really nothing there that my whole propane tank should hook onto. So there's a little bracket up top here. Yep, shows it on the side too, that maybe there's something that goes in there. So let's put the other side on. Now, one thing right now I want to double check is that, all right, so these two screws, there's two different lengths here. And one of the reasons why this one was so long is that obviously it's needed on the other side and it does not go on this side. And it's much shorter than the other one. And it does start threading here, so I'm going to put that on this side. Learn as we go here. Yeah, and it doesn't stick through, so that's the right way. Just get a little bit of a baby grunk on that. Put this one on this side. For whatever reason, not really sure. And screw this thing in. A little bit of a baby gronk on it. Whatever your manhood or womanhood will let you do. Don't think there's any reason to go any tighter than that. And let's take a look at our... So now we got a grill that won't fall over. Got a little shelfy thing in there. Got a propane-y thing on the side. Let's see what it says to do next. Step 3 is to put, oh look, propane hook with a pin. Show you this. Right here, propane hook with a pin. So we're gonna find that thing. It's a funny looking thing. It is not this, not these. It's not anything that's right there. Okay, so it's this thing right here. More plastic killing stuff. And that goes in with this shear pin. Now, I have no idea why they would call it a shear pin on something that's only holding up a propane tank, but that's what they're calling it. Maybe to sound smart. Last thing in the world this is doing is taking any load and would need to shear off in any situation whatsoever. That's going to go through here. We got a cotter pin to go with it. Make sure you cut all the plastic so you don't bend it, or you'd actually have to bend it back. Okay, so we got our propane-y holdy thing like that with our pin. We're going to put that in. It goes right there. Now you can kind of just put this thing either way, but we'll just do this so that the cotter pin isn't facing the back. Okay, cotter pin, propane holdy thing, propane hold offy thing, twisty things here. We're all good there. What's next? Go to step 4. So in step 4, we have the hot sauce holder and some swingy arm kind of gimmick. I don't know what that is. So we got hot sauce holder here. And we got to find our, some of this plastic. The swingy arm thing looks like this. Here's the swingy arm thing, and this thing goes out sideways. This must be for holding a kettle or something like that. And it's got a detent in it. See that detent in there? Detent in it to snap into place like that. This thing needs to be, goes on the other side. And there's another detent there, like this, and somehow screws through the frame like that. So we need some screws. And let's see. Which ones do we need? M6 by 12. And they're clearly denoted in here, M6 by 12. There's 15 of them. Oh, it's a towel holder. So we need 3 of these M6 by 12. So we're going to cut 3 of them out of here. Looks like 1 goes in through the side and 2 go in through the back. And we are going to need a Phillips head. Let's just put, oh, I'm going to throw things. I know you can't see me. I'm going to put a Phillips head on. These are P2s. This is a P2. This one is, it says to use a P3. These are all P2s, so we're just going to use a P2. And in here, you can do this with a regular Phillips head screwdriver. I'm going to do it with impact gun. Get you guys backed up. It goes on this side. Maybe this view is better. I don't know why my legs won't stay out on this tripod. All kinds of wood and shit in the yard here. I know you're going to get a little sun glare there, but so this thing goes on like this, y'all. These go on here. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get, without reading the instructions, you're going to want to get this screw started first to kind of hold this in place so you don't have to hold on to it. You just finger tighten that in. And then this one goes in through the back. Now, I don't know why they made a little slidey groove on this side. I don't see where it needs a slidey groove. Let's get that snug down. Get the other one in here. Thing that I don't know why. Oh, I see why it needs a slidey groove now. Because this screws in the way. So what you have to do here, you're going to take this out. You got to start the screw in the other side first. This side. Or you can't, you won't be able to get the other screw in. Gonna put a little pressure up on this thing to be able to get that screw started. Let's see if I can get it self-threading here. Back it out just a hair so we can slide this side in. Now this groovy thing slides in behind that. Then we can start this side. Oops. And then we're just going to give these one ka-chunka each. And then I can get at this one here. That one there's kind of a pain. This is no good way about doing this back one. You're going to strip it regardless, so you just get a kind of ka-chunka the front one, and then we're going to ka-chunka the side one here. Okay. And our towel holdy thing, we'll flip that back so it's out of our way. Huh. Maybe that's got to be tightened up just a little bit. Well, that's kind of a poor design. As you turn this thing, it tends to turn the screw on the top so that the detents don't hold it, but that's what part's done. And let's go see what's next. We'll leave this up here. Take you guys over here. It's pretty chintzy, to be honest with you, for such an expensive grill. Get you a down view. Looks like we're going to put our knobs on next. So we just did this and we did this, and now we got to put our knobs on, and then we have to put our handles on and our trays on. Getting close. So let's put our knobs on. Without sending our screws all over the place. Make sure you keep your screws in there. So let's see what's up with this. These should be very unidirectional. All right, so they can only go on one way. Excuse me. Because of the way they are, they're going to be in the off position, so they're going to face down. The only other way you could put them is facing up, which would be silly. And then you should be able to push them in and they should turn. Oh, wait a second. No, I take it back. They turn the other way. So we want to take them back off and put them on down. Now they can turn backwards. Yep. Now they can turn all the way to hot, all the way to off. Hot, off. Hot, off. And it's kind of funny because these don't line up with them. Now let's see. So they're all the way in the hot position when it's shipped. So it's hot, and they go off. Let's make sure they're all off. So put this one in hot, and that should turn to off. Off, off, off. Put this one in full hot, and then go to off. Oh, that thing is right there. We'll figure that out at some point. All right, so I think we go to handles next. Yep. And these are those M6 screws. Should be one on each side. So here's one with more life-killing poppy things. And here's another one. Ooh, this one's fancy. This one is fancy. So we got a fancy one and a non-fancy one. Where's the fancy one go? And install the side handle to the side of the grill body. So if you look at these have two screws and this has one, so I assume they can only go one way. All right, so if you look at the body of the grill, this one's got two, and the other side must only have one. Let's take a look. No, that side's got two, too. So this fancy one doesn't go on right now. This must be the flip up that thing handle. So there's only one handle on this. It goes on the side right here. Just going to grab some of my little screw things without losing them all. Need 4 of them. We got 3 more. Well, leave the rest of them in there so they don't fall out. And this handle is going to go on here. It's got some funky welds on it, so some horrible welds on it. So we're going to make sure that those welds look kind of the best. I want to put these ones on the bottom up. So I can get one started on each side so I can get it to just kind of stay in place. And we'll throw a kachunka on them, just get them, snug them down, don't make them tight yet. Actually, not throw a kachunka on them, we just want them snug so we can get the bottom ones in. Okay, now ka-chunk on each. Okay, get ourselves a handle. Now we're going to put some bracket looking things on the outside. 2 of them go on the back, 2 of them go on the handle side. They are, I assume, these things. Let's see if they're all the same. Now there's lefts and rights. So you got a left and a right and a left and a right. The left goes in the front and on the left. Okay, and the right's go on the right. So we got right, right, left, right. This says that these are the M6 by 12s. We need 2 per, so we need 8 more of these. Looks like that's going to be pretty close to all we got. Two, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is all we have. So that's all of them. And we'll give you a view over here. So we have it's kind of bass backwards, isn't it? The handle side, left goes on the left. So this thing, make sure the picture looks right. Yep. So this thing goes like this. So there's a big hole in the top to fit over this screw in the frame here. Don't exactly know what this is for. Oh, it must be for the wing tables. We'll kind of get these all threaded by hand here to start. And then a right one goes here. Grab one that has a big R on it. Again, the screw goes through that top thing there. You almost kind of can't screw that up. I don't know if this is for the wing tables or not, because two go on the back. That doesn't make any sense. Also, it doesn't look like two go on the back. To be honest with you, I think two go on the other side. I'm going to take a look at that picture again. Yeah, they go on the other side. I'll show you what happened with the picture. It's a little misleading. All right, I'll show you the picture. It's a little misleading, but stupid tripod. The picture shows it like this. So it shows them on the side, and it looks like those are on the back, but they're not. That's the opposite side. So left ones go towards... So on the handle side here, you can see we just put these in. The left one goes here. Right one goes here. Those are the two we just put on. On the other side, it's just the opposite. The left one goes towards the bottle opener. So we'll go over there, take this stuff over there, this over here. Get my screw gun, impact gun. Left one goes here, right one goes here. So I drop the left one, put the right one on first. Like I said, sometimes they can be painting these threads, so sometimes it's kind of hard to get them started. This one wants to start crooked. I just had to kick this thing up just a little. There we go. Now it's starting in. Okay. And this side. Can see why I'd asked for a number 3 Phillips, because these kind of big Phillips screws. Okay, those are on. One ka-chunk of each, and let's check what the next step is. Bumped around my tailgate here. So we get these on. Step 8 is to thread 2 M6 step bolts. Those are these things, M6 step bolts, through these side wings. All right, let's grab the side wing things. I think they're in here. Kind of looks like a side wing thing. More cardboard. Okay, we've got some side wing things. Start throwing our garbage into this thing if I get it to open. Well, let's see what's up with our side wing things. We know we need these step bolts, so we're going to cut these out. Don't know if I need all of them yet, so I'm going to leave them in the package. Fancy. More turtle killing plastic. Now this one, see if they show us which side is what. So I assume this fancy magnet here, if you look at this magnet, there's a fancy magnet on the side. I assume this thing faces forward so you can like hang your grill tools on it, which would mean that this one would go on this side so that the magnet faces towards the front. Now what we want to do, I can kind of see this, it's kind of revealing itself. Wise man once told me, don't worry, it will reveal itself. We want to get one of these step bolts started in this inside hole right here, I think. I think we want this thing threaded in there on both sides. And then, I assume this will just be a straight repeat on the other side, but then you look at the shape of these, that should just slide into this. Yep, like that. And we have two go underneath. So we'll take two down underneath here. And what these step bolts do is they make it so that this thing can come off and it can tilt down. Can't tilt down. Oh, unless you move it. I got it. See if it works. Hold on, I got to get to the other side. Get out of your way. This one in here. So without tightening those all the way down, if you pick the top up, there you go, tilts down. And then you throw the top back in, it stays there. Now we're going to probably want to try, those are going to need some sort of tightening thing on them that I am not going to be able to, oh, maybe I can do it with this. Just do it with this. I don't think they need to be super tight. Just don't want them to fall out. I'm going to go around the other side. Okay, so that's there. We're going to do one on the other side. Take our other four. I'll get you over here first. I'll bring it over. Get our last four. These are our last four fasteners. That's a good sign. It goes in the garbage. I'm on my way. I'm coming. I'm going to put the two in the top first from the inside. You can actually just finger tighten these. Make sure your view is good. Yep. You can get these just totally finger tight. Just got a little cutty board thing on it. Okay, this thing slides into those grooves. This one does not slide in very well. There we go. And then two on the bottom to hold her in place. This bracket's kind of bent. Get one on this side first. Yeah, IKEA problem here. $1 million grill with an IKEA problem. Let's get that one a little bit snugged up and try to figure out what we got to do to this one to get it to line up. Huh. Let's see if I can get it in there. I don't think I can. I think this one's a little bit of an issue. I'll show you what I'm looking at. I mean, I'll be able to fix it here, but I'll show you what I'm looking at just because you guys are going to run into these things without shutting the camera off. So if you can see, the bottom bolt hole is off to the side a little bit. And this thing went in there kind of hard. And I don't have any real play in it to move it that way. I think what we could do is we could pick it up and put it down and put it in the top. It looks like there's more room there. Let's try that. Let me get you back in your home here. See if I can get you a good view. Oh, hold on. We're an hour into it already, boys and girls. An hour. Easy to do in 30 minutes. You're not filming. Okay, let's see if we can get it like this. So if we pick this thing up, that one's really tight. Come like this, and we can get it in there. This side's bent, that's why. This, whatever they put on here is bent. We don't want to get that thing in there as tight as we can get it. Now we should be able to get it up. And then this one's kind of shoved down inside. Well, at least it makes it snap in tight. Okay, that part's done. A little bit chintzy. Get a little cutty board thing there. Let's see what's next. Turtle killing plastic. So let's see, we're on step 9. We're going to put our grease trap in the back. That's this thing. That does not have any screws, so it just hangs in the. This thing slides into a slot in the back. Oh, there it is right there. This thing just goes in like that. And we're on to the top. Put the handle on the top, putting the top on the top. And that is pretty much it. So let's get this. I wonder what these things are for out here. I wonder what those are for. Maybe we'll find out. So we got to get our top. Should put our handle on our top first, it looks like. Let's do that. I think actually it might be more simple if we put the top on the top and then put the handle on, give ourselves something to hold on to. All right, let's do that. Let me get you backed up. I'm going to try to put the top on the top. because it looks like it'll be easier to put the handle on once it's up at waist height here. Hopefully I can pick it up, because the thing was pretty heavy and nothing so far has been heavy. So oh yeah, top is heavy. All this plastic off it. Oh, damn it. It's plastic all over the place. Get all the turtle killing plastic off it first. Okay, let's see if we can pick this thing up. Get turtle killing plastic around my knees here. Out of the way. Just gonna set this down. Cover some pinholes for this thing to go into. Turtle killing plastic out of the way. And I'll let you guys, so you're not watching my back here. Let's see if I can show you the pinholes it's got to go into. There's pins on the bottom of it here, and they go in these two holes here. So you got to try to facilitate that. Okay, I'm getting close. Okay, just gonna move the back over. This is gonna be like maybe a two-person thing here. I'm up on top now. Still not all the way over though. I'm in the front. This thing should just push backwards and drop into the back. Okay, I'm in the back. This side. Okay, it's all in. Now we can put a handle on the top. Looks like it'd be easier like this. Whoa, tripod went crazy. Let's get my Phillips set all set up here. Just about done here, boys and girls. Let me get these. These have got blue Loctite on them. So what I would do with these is I would put this thing, I'd try to do one at a time here first, just to get this one lined up and just get it started. It's in a bad spot. It's in a bad spot. Push this thing through the hole. Just get it started in this. And just so it's held in place, and I can do the other side. Wow. Wow, those are tight with that blue Loctite in there. Okay. Gonna want to get this thing on here, get it stuffed up through the hole, drop everything, be a pain in the ass. Go up through that, into this, get it started threading. Now we're going to want a ka-chunka on it. Let's make sure this one's threaded in as far as we can get it by hand. Blue Loctite is making it hard. It'd be easier if the sun wasn't right in my eyes. I don't know what good that blue Loctite's going to do if this thing gets hot. Okay. All right, so we're pretty much all together here. Got our wing tables on it. We got all our knobs on. We got our top on. We got our shelf in, our hot sauce holder, towel holder, LP holdy thing. Let's just look and make sure there's nothing else on here. Step 13. All right, so that's pretty much it. Next, it goes to LP requirements and tuning your air and all that stuff. That's all there is. So the one thing I don't know is, must be some sort of thing that this didn't come with that goes on here. Don't know what these are. Maybe they're hangy things for grill tools or something like that. I don't know. But there's nothing that goes on here. There's nothing else in the packaging. Just going to screw them in finger tight just so that they don't come flying out. Same thing on this side. Now this grill can go to its home. You guys are probably going to have to get some stuff out of the way to put it in its final home here, and then we have to hook up a tank to it and turn it on. I'm sure there's a burn-in procedure on this thing. And of course we have all this stuff to take off it, but I think that's pretty much it. I'm not going to go through the burn-in procedure now. I think you guys, if you want, you can read that. But so it takes an hour while you're videoing. And say hi to Danny. He's just chilling with his bad foot. So that's pretty much it. Danny and I are going to go inside. I'm going to get rid of, put all this stuff in my recycling bin, except for the turtle killing plastic. That goes in the garbage. And then me and the boy will try to carry that thing out to where we grill. And I will read the burn-in instructions on this thing and see if I can get it burned in before the wife gets home, because she wanted to cook burgers on it tonight, and it's probably not the best idea. I don't know what, well, we'll have to figure it out. Got lighting instructions, open hood, push lighter ignition button. Oh, there's a little lighter ignition button here. I assume that takes a battery. This thing must come out. Yeah, battery goes in here. So I got to do that. And other than that, it's all good to go. You can use the leveling feet to level her up. They also are locking, so if you want to roll it around on your grill, you can lock it in place or roll it around. I've got them all the way up because it's going to be sitting on the grass, kind of like it's sitting right there. And I hope this helps somebody out. If you guys liked it, like, share, subscribe. If you have any questions, hit me up. But for now, Pirate Solutions Forestry out.